Joana.
Next to you all the time.
The same people.
People coming here to support Terry. First we have the producer, Mariela Besuievsky. Then we have the screenwriter, Grisoni. Then we have Rossi de Palma, the actress. Lopez. Molla. Olga Kurylenko. Driver. Here we see we have Oscar Jainada. And Sam Laurie, Jonathan Pryce. And the one and only Gilliam. She's the best. She's the best. And I'm so sorry, Joana. I apologize.
The shortest career of any actor.
So Terry, how does it feel to be here at Long List? How does it feel to be here at Long List? To be here, you, now.
Why? It's the medical condition has been solved and cured, and here we are. And it's been about 3 weeks since we started making this film. We did it very quickly, and we're very happy to be able to show you can work quickly these days. You can make a film for next to nothing in no time at all. So I'm just happy to be part of it. So we talk about this film? This film. It's good. It's a masterpiece.
What's the importance of Cervantes' works for you? After all the heroic efforts you did to turn his works into a film, is Don Quixote still a hero for you? Thank you very much.
No, he's been a pain in the ass for 25 years. Finally, we got him out of the system. That was important. Quixote is, we all know Quixote and Sancho are two of the greatest icons ever written. They represent both the greatness, the dreams of people, and the reality of life. And how can you not make a film about Quixote in some ways? Because Cervantes was so brilliant in his writing, it was so funny, it was about society, it was about everything, and hopefully we got a bit of that into the film. Thank you. I got nothing more to say. It's done, finished. But nobody's asked me what it's like for me to work with Terry Gilliam.
Hi, Terry.
About the real world, not the world you see in cinema normally. This is about the real world.
But my question goes to Adam. How was it? How did you prepare for your role? And what was the most challenging aspect of playing this character?
I don't know. I haven't really thought and evaluated what the most difficult or less difficult. I don't self-reflect in that way. It's always usually about how the world is collapsing and why are we all here. But apart from that, then yeah, right. Yeah. I'm a selfish person by nature, so the movie made sense to me. It was mostly kind of in the script. Where'd you go? Where that came from. Lots of great things to say. When I was 13, Great story. I don't know how, I mean, like you're on this set, there's not any kind of preparation or idea that you have as quickly goes away when a goat is staring at you and or the sheep are going the wrong way. You kind of have to trust Terry and the other actors that you're around, which is like almost a death sentence. And, that was a joke. No one laughed at that. Thanks. Apart from that, I don't remember what the. I don't remember.
So you didn't spend much time.
I read the book.
You didn't prepare for kissing sheep.
No. In Indiana, we don't do that. Mostly cows. This is going bad. Is there a question again? How did you prepare? I'd answer it. Yeah, you try to be as unprepared as possible. That's my answer.
Like now. I got much better over the years. Tony is very slow at writing. His spelling is terrible. I mean, it took us years to get the spelling right was the first thing. And that's not good. Luckily, I brought my own audience here. They were paid to come here. They didn't do it out of love. It was cheap, but it was funny. And it's, no, it changed. It got more interesting. It was originally about a guy getting hit over the head, a guy who made commercials getting hit over the head, and then up in the 17th century with the real Don Quixote. And that was expensive, so I thought if we can keep it all in the modern world, we can have planes in the sky, it won't matter, telephone lines, all, so again, done for cheapness. And then it grew. I think it was Tony's idea. That's Tony Grisoni, who claims to be one of the writers. I think it was your idea to have him having made a film 10 years earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I can't remember whose idea it was. I just remember us playing around with that notion that maybe this guy that Adam played, that Toby would have come from somewhere, didn't just arrive from nowhere. And as soon as we started talking about that idea that he had tried to make a film about Quixote when he was young and innocent and everything looked great, and then he'd kind of lost himself, it suddenly made sense because that well comes back to bite him in the ass, which Adam didn't prepare for.
Yeah, right. Well, also the idea of inspiration, not to answer your question, but that idea of inspiration too, where in the town they don't really have an avenue and to continue with it. When Toby is a tourist in a way, he can kind of come in and play around with people's hopes and expectations, but then leave. Whereas the town itself is inspired, but if they don't have an avenue to put it, is he responsible for it? Is he not? Or are you responsible for someone else's inspiration? I thought all those kind of things were interesting things that are questions that are raised that we don't really answer.
And I think for me, one of the sins of Toby is that a man with talent who chose the highly paid route and ends up selling dog food and toilet paper rather than making films with ideas. And I felt he had to pay the price, and so he's punished quite a bit. But he comes out as a decent human being by the end, and he's got a gal by his side. A gal who's playing Sancho Panza. Cervantes didn't write this, that's why it's so long. It's also very dangerous when we write something, we create things, we create characters. And Cervantes actually wrote originally Malandrino, the enchanter, the nemesis of Quixote, and suddenly it appeared in real life. It's amazing how this film reflects reality. And thank you, Paul, for that. Paul for playing the part so intensely.
In terms of international distribution, is it okay? I mean,
it's okay, and the film will be released in many countries very, very soon, and that's fine. It's fine. Thanks God, and
so there'll be no excuse if people don't turn up by in millions. It'll be the audience's fault by then. Because I think they're more real, more inspiring, more believable than another dozen superheroes. I mean, we're so much spending our time in sort of a juvenile superhero world with all these incredible powers. I think reality and humanity, what we're capable of without superpowers, is more interesting. And Quixote is one of those inspiring characters.
I was already the farmer's wife, and for me it was big pleasure. I said to him, you invite me to dinner, I have only the right to the appetizer, but it's a matter of love. For me to be in this film is a matter of love that I have for Terry, admiration. He's a master of masters, and I'm very happy. And it was a great experience. It's true that I was begging him for another fucking line, but I'm so happy to be here with you. It's a real matter of love.
I absolutely love working with Terry, but the thing is, it's not only. Well, first of all, I love his movies, but then when I met the actual person behind them, I totally fell in love with the personage. And he's the most charming, smart, and honest person. What's rare about Terry is he's honest, and I think in our profession, it's not always the case. He doesn't pretend. He's brilliant, and I really appreciate that. And on set, he's the most creative person. He's freedom, and I've never met a director who laughs so much. We were laughing all the time, to the point that if after a cut there was no ha 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 ha, I was like, is there a problem? Because every cut finished with ha, and I was like, where's the ha? What happened? So, but mostly he was laughing after each take, and it's just so inspiring, and you want to give and give and give, and yeah, thank you, Terry, for giving me the opportunity to play such a crazy bitch. Probably the worst, the bitchiest character I've ever played in my whole career. So that was so much fun.
I was laughing at the end because I had no idea until we started working on this film what a great comedian Olga is. We always thought she was beautiful, she's a wonderful actress, but she is so unbelievably funny to work with. And on screen, she's right. He knows.
Adam, that's your turn. No, Adam. Adam, that's you.
What's it? Working with
You're here to praise me.
Yeah. Great. It's completely unique to itself. I remember the last day of shooting, I was hanging upside down, wearing crushed velvet pants, by a giant. There's no other world in that which that would be get the chance to do that other than working with Terry. He created. To what she's saying, to what Olga is saying, just the atmosphere is. There's no director hat that suddenly goes on, or that's different on set than he is in life. He's just as enthusiastic, and that he seems to be acting the scenes out of the monitor along with you. He feels it physically in a way that you can't help but absorb, and makes everybody on set, the energy everyone feels at the very front of their feet, and that doesn't really end until. But that just doesn't end. Even off camera back at the hotel, it's everyone's. It creates an atmosphere where you can kind of feel free to try anything.
Oscar, what about you?
For me, it was a pleasure to work with him, and I think there are a few actors that need to work with such a maestro. For me, Terry Gilliam is a maestro, and I needed to work with him. And when we met, I just feel that he's a huge and he's going to do the thing that he's done. It's amazing, and for me it's a pleasure to work with all this cast and with Terry Gilliam. For me, is one of the maestros. So before dying, I had to do it, and I did it. So yeah.
Still.
Well. I think we all wanted to save his ass, and he's got an ass worth saving, so that's why we went in for it. But when it comes to work, I never realized I was working, actually, because it was like a bunch of kids in a sandbox all the time. And that's how you want to live.
Jordi?
Big chance.
Yeah.
Fuck it up.
Imagine working with a guy who is addicted to be kind of cruel, who is addicted to have a lot of fantasy, who is addicted to chaos, organized chaos, but who is addicted to adrenaline. That was my experience working with Terry Gilliam. A guy who needs adrenaline, and actually the day that started raining at Tomar, it was the only moment where I saw Terry Gilliam at 5 in the morning with his cowboy hat like this. You were so cool.
Was that?
Yeah, you were cool like with your cowboy hat. You were super cool. And that was the only second that I saw this man lowering his level of adrenaline. If you combine that with this really group of fucked up, crazy actors that there is in this table, except Jonathan, the experience was brutal and full of adrenaline.
Oui, but je sais pas que I speak in French. It's better. I prefer to understand exactly. So good. Non, dans tous les films, la personnalité du réalisateur, c'était quelque chose d'extrêmement important. Et dans ces cas, je crois qu'on tombe sur non seulement un maître, un génie, mais quelqu'un qui a ce qu'on peut dire une putain d'énergie. Une vraiment putain d'énergie qui est très contagieuse, un esprit de jeu, d'inspiration, toujours créatif sur le tournage, une espèce de liberté. T'as l'impression de rencontrer quelqu'un qui fait du cirque, qui est là pour le plaisir de partager. Et pour nous, juste de faire partie de cette aventure, c'est déjà une merveille.
Except Jonathan.
What about you, Jonathan?
I've said it.
No, you have to say that. You have to praise him. No, yeah, you have to praise him. More. Praise.
Got it right the first time, don't push it.
No. I've run out of rehearsed lines.
I want to thank Tony for writing the script for all the actors here today.
Yes.
This has all been performed with rehearsed.
Last but not least, Joana.
I already asked and answered that at the beginning.
No, but the first question.
Right, yeah, what?
No, the real question was, what was the most pleasurable things you had on the movie working with Stellan? It was all and be a nice girl.
She really no, that was not. The most pleasure.
Yeah, that's what the girl is.
Oh, yeah.
It was the most, satisfying experience working with Stellan.
The fact that Terry lets us be part of the creative process, I think, because we would be rehearsing and Terry would be changing the scenes and would be. And for me, I don't have a lot of experience, and he always made me feel comfortable, and he always made me feel like I wasn't different, so that I could give my opinion and I could be part of the creation of Angelica. And he really would listen to me and to what I had to say, and for me that was the most important thing that he gave me.
And last question, Terry, when will you see a new film by Terry Gilliam?
I have no idea. I have nothing planned. I have no life ahead of me. It's so sad after working so long to be so depleted, no future. I can only think of death.
Okay, thank you.